Hello, I'm Ed and welcome to another episode of Built. In today's episode, we are finally getting started on the MG restoration. It's been a long time coming and we're finally getting around to sorting out the MG restoration project. But in today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about how we're going to plan it out and what we're going to do. Fundamentally, I just want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. It's such an important thing for me and I want to make sure I get it right. So I wanted to put a video together to explain how I've planned it and what I'm going to be doing and what research I've been doing beforehand to explain what is going to be happening over the upcoming months. Research. What is it that I need to know? I've been doing a lot of research on YouTube. I've been reading a lot of the Haynes manuals. I've been trying to get in contact with a lot of the MG owners clubs and various different people. I've been talking to the people on forums on Facebook as well. Everybody, literally everybody, is so happy to help. 2 or 3 people that I've found really helpful. One in particular, I must mention them because they have inspired me to actually produce the YouTube channel in the first place and to help me believe that I could actually do this restoration project on my own. Tom Sharrock over at Total Car Reviews. So Tom, if you're watching, thank you so much. You've been an inspiration to me and you've actually helped me decide that this is something I wanted to do and given me the confidence that I could actually try and maybe do this. In my situation, I feel pretty comfortable taking an engine apart, putting it back together. I've kind of done that before on smaller things, little lawnmowers and bits and bobs. I've also watched a million videos on how to take out a gearbox, how to take out an engine from YouTube. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say, I think, oh, I know exactly how to do it, but I've got a good idea, confident enough to give it a go. However, when it comes to bodywork, welding, panel beating, sanding, blending in, all these sorts of things, I just don't think it's very sensible for me to try and think that I'm going to be able to take that on. So from my point of view, I want to try and see if there's anybody locally who might be able to help me with that side of things, because the MG has got some serious deficiencies in terms of the bodywork. I think the chassis looks good, but the bodywork and the panels and the wheel arches and all these sorts of things, they really need looking at. I need to find a company that can do some spray painting and who can actually respray the car, because I want it taken back to original and putting that tartan red finish on it, which is the colour of the car that my dad had, which is what I want to do. I need to find a company who can redo the chrome for me and can anodise dip it and all that sort of thing and re-chrome it, because that needs doing. There's bits of rust on it that need tidying up and all those sorts of things. One thing that I'm very aware of that I'm going to need, and I've been told by everyone on every possible forum, make sure you get the MGB GT Haynes manual. These Haynes manuals are literally, they're not a sort of step-by-step guide on how to do a restoration, but what they do is sort of talk you through quite a lot of the process and things you should prepare for, what tools to buy, all those sorts of things. So I have been going through these over the last few months with a fine-tooth comb. I've been told these are massively important. The funny thing was, I've actually I bought this before the car got delivered, which was the new version of the Haynes manual. However, check this out. The car was delivered with a vintage one. Like I say, so we've got lots of little details like this. Bit of rust, not nice. You know, the chrome is actually pretty decent. The actual body panels themselves overall are pretty smooth. Rust. Again, more little pieces like this all over the car. So the car needs a really good go over, even though the majority of it is actually pretty decent. Yeah, lots and lots to do. Interior though, as we discussed earlier on in previous videos, although it's been moved around a bit. The interior is really not that bad at all, so it just needs a bit of a tidy up. So I'm going to be choosing a company who can help me with that, but in general it shouldn't be too bad to get that sorted. Wheels and tyres and brakes. Now with this car, as you can see, the tyres are old hat. They've actually held up pretty well for saying they've been in here in store for so long. They haven't gone completely flat. The wheels themselves, they've lost that bright chrome, so we're going to need to get the wheels done. I've decided that I'm going to change the brakes to disc brakes or some slightly more modern versions of brakes. I know there are some brake conversion places out there, or brake conversion kits out there, so I'm going to make sure we get those done too. The chrome on the car actually seems pretty good, but however, there are a few little sort of stone chippy dent sort of things over years and years of life on the road that could just do with buffing out or sort of non-denting, let's say. So the exhaust and manifold, to my knowledge, I don't believe we've got any issues. I've had a really good look under the car, although it's not been up on jacks. The exhaust is in pretty good nick. We'll have to see. The catalytic converter, midway through, all looks, you know, pretty decent, not hanging off, no issues. And certainly when we did have the car driving, it sounded pretty sweet and there weren't too many concerns from my point of view. So I'm hoping with a bit of a clean, should be okay. We know the ignition turns on. We can hear that fuel pump. We know that we're getting a fire up from something. So we know that some of the electrics are working. That seems to be lighting up on the dashboard. So too the other direction. Brake lights we'll have to check. Windscreen wipers. Oh yes, very good. Lights. You can't see them, but they're on. The only thing I'm looking at actually is the first pull, which I'm assuming is the dipped headlights. They are actually off right now, there's nothing there, so that's interesting. I might need to look at that. That's not even connected to anything, that's just been sat there. That's interesting, but perhaps it is the original radio. There we go. Auto spray, that works, we know that's good. The battery is now starting to go. Everything stopped working just from trying it. So I think overall the electrical circuits seem to be, fingers crossed, quite good, because I know that the electrical circuits on, you know, classic cars can be absolutely horrendous. I feel good. I think I've chosen probably one of the easiest cars to get second-hand parts for. This is amazing. There's so many websites out there. I knew that there was a big MG following, but I didn't realise in the actual sort of restoration market there was so many websites to get all the parts from. Just been looking at the chrome bumpers there. You know, every single little washer's got a number, and you can find every single last little part. It's amazing. So that fills me with a bit of confidence. What I am seeing though is it's not cheap. All Bobo's found the sausages. What do you want, Bobo? You want sausage? Here you go, cook it. Here's a cook it. Ready, go. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether it's best to try and get a list of all the things I want and buy them all up front and just have them stored here ready for when I want them, so we don't get any delays in making it happen and putting them on the car, or don't preempt it. Just wait till we get to that point and go through it. I'm gonna have to figure it out in terms of a plan of what we do for that. So here's a question. I've just found a page on the website which has got an entire shell. That could be a bit of a cheat. Save me having to do a lot of body work. I could actually just sort of buy a shell and then take all the bits off mine, clean them up, put them back on a new shell. I have to believe that that can't be considered the same car, and therefore from a tax point of view it's not a classic car and it won't be taxed as such on the road. Because that's a brand new shell. That can't happen. I'm a bit confused about that. If anybody knows, let me know your thoughts on that. I'd love to figure out what we could actually do there. So I've definitely got a bit of a moral dilemma there. Now that I know that sort of entire shells of the car are sort of available, it would potentially be better for me to just get, you know, a shell of this car, get it painted whatever colour I want, and then just bit by bit take items off this car and put them onto the other shell. But the thing is, the chassis wouldn't be the same. So I'm taking a chassis away from its prescribed engine gearbox, which is one thing that the classic car side of things is meant to be, which is, you know, originality, and it's meant to be that. But I am very also conscious that I'm not really going to be going down the complete originality route, because I want to put the disc brakes on. You know, I'll probably upgrade the headlamps to be sort of LED headlamps, so they're a bit more sensible. I'll probably put a more usable stereo in it that will connect to Bluetooth so I can listen to some music, and I might even see if I can get some speakers in the doors. And I'm going to redo the interior, which won't be original. So I'm not really going for an original car. Even though I want it to look like my dad's car, in homage to him, of course, I want it to be my dad's car, but then with a few things that make it good for the road right now. Should I change and should I get a completely new shell? What to do? It'd be great from everybody in the community, MGB community, please, please, please give me some advice here. Have you done it? Have you taken your shell, changed it, and basically, you know, changed the car completely? Have you restored body panels and bodywork on the existing car? The difficulty that I've got is I do want to feel like I've done this myself. I want this to be a project that I've done. I don't want to just cheat straight away and just, well, let's just buy a body shell and just bang everything on it, because all I'm doing is just buying a new car and putting an old engine in it then. It just seems a bit weird. So I'm in turmoil now. I didn't even know that was possible. Am I cheating? Am I actually thinking it's going to be easier than it will be? Because a new shell, you know, maybe I'll have to drill loads of new holes to get all the fittings to work and all that kind of stuff, whereas this one's already got the holes done. I don't know. It's an interesting one, so I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts. So there we have it. It's all planned out. We know what we're going to be doing, and we've pretty much now just got to get on with it. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope that I haven't missed anything out. Please do give us a big like if you have enjoyed, so we know we're putting content together that you're enjoying. Secondly, comments. Please do let us know about this. We've had such fantastic comments about the MG restoration already, and we're super excited to begin the journey now that it's all planned out and ready to go. But we'd love to hear your comments. As always, please do not hesitate or forget to subscribe to the channel Because I Love Cars, and make sure you hit that bell icon so all notifications, so you'll get the updates when new videos are released, when they're released. It really does help us with the YouTube channel, and we very much appreciate it. So from me and all the team at Bilk, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.